Danny Flexen here for SecondsOut. Delighted to be joined by the Celtic warrior himself, Sheamus. Sheamus, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Danny. How's it going? That's a big microphone, man.
I get that a lot.
Everybody, yeah. Waving that thing around. What's happening?
It's not the size, it's what you do with it that counts. That's what I was always told.
That's what they say.
Well, let's see how we get on.
Yeah.
Sheamus, you were in an interview not too long ago where you were talking about the Brawling Brutes perhaps not being used as a team in the way they could be. Since then, it seems like you've been all over Monday Night Raw and Smackdown. Do you feel things have improved?
Yeah, Smackdown predominantly, yeah. No, totally. I think since Money in the Bank would definitely be coming out more of a unit, definitely more of a group, which is just kind of what I wanted, you know. That's the biggest thing I regret from a creative standpoint was when I did the stuff with Drew and Gunther, that they weren't, or especially with Drew, they kind of weren't involved at all, you know, especially because we are the Brawling Brutes, you know what I'm saying? But no, I feel like we're back on track. I feel like every week we've been going out together in some sort of way or fashion. I just want to get the lads started, you know what I mean? I want to get the lads properly off to the races. We've got two great talent there. Butch obviously very, very experienced, a lot of experience in Europe and the Indies and stuff. Loves it, thinks about it 24/7. And then you got Ridge, who's like a juggernaut man. Comes from a rugby background, and you know, just getting better and better. Like, you know, he's improving every time he gets in that ring. He gets a chance to improve, and that's what it's all about.
You mentioned Drew there. He's obviously going for the Intercontinental title against Gunther at Summerslam, which is just next week. There's been a lot of debate, especially on wrestling podcasts, about who should be the one to dethrone Gunther off this, what will likely be a record-setting reign. No disrespect to Drew, I mean, it might not be. A lot of people are saying it should be you to complete the set of titles. Chad Gable's now getting a few shouts after Raw on Monday night. Who do you think should have dethroned Gunther, and would you like to see him break Honky Tonk Man's record?
Look, going back to Mania, as I said, Drew just stepped into that story. That was my and Gunther's story, and it's like, especially after Clash of the Castle, my history of with that one title I've never won, and Drew just jumped to me coattails there, just jumped in. I feel like right now still, the fact that they're going to a match at SummerSlam, a big title match at SummerSlam, everyone's still mentioning Sheamus. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm living rent-free in both those lads' heads. So, you know, that's kind of my story. That was kind of hijacked over there, but I'll just keep plugging away, man. I'll get when I get my opportunity, I'll take it. You know what I mean? I get that opportunity, I'll take that title, and that's really what it is. It's the last championship I have to win, that to complete the collection. So, but I'm enjoying the fact that people are still mentioning my name, because like without me, no one cares about that feud. You know what I mean? As far as we say, like, you know, they're not going to have a banger match without me. And as I said, I'm living rent free in their heads. So I'm enjoying it, man. It's great.
There's a real debate over the kind of long title reigns that are becoming more the norm in WWE, whether they stagnate divisions or whether they serve to enhance the prestige of the titles in question. Where did you sit on it?
I think it just depends. Like, I felt like I felt that the hottest that Intercontinental title has been in years was when me and Gunther were going at it. No doubt about it. Like, I made that title as important as it's ever been, because the story that I have behind it, the fact it's the one I've never won, the fact it was my last thing to win, like on social media, on everything, I picked that storyline, I picked that feud up every single second. Like I had an opportunity to. So, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that can be done within the creative or on TV, but you know, I let everybody know how it was, and that's why that title was so important. That's why that title has been so prestigious. I don't think it's definitely not as hot now as it was when me and Gunther were going at it one-on-one or at Mania, and now you have another title come in like the World Heavyweight Championship that Seth has, so it's kind of diluted. So I think it just all depends on the situation. Like, you have to keep the title, you have to keep the feuds hot, you have to keep the stories interesting. Otherwise, what are you holding on to? You're holding on to a piece of gold and leather. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyone who can do that, you can swear it around your waist. You have to kill for it, man. You have to go out there and just batter yourself. Where, you know, fight for your life, fight as if your life depended on it. And that's what I did when I went out with Gunther. I fought like my life depended on it for that title. That title was the most important thing to me. I made it that, and the fans sensed it, and that's why it got such a massive response. And that's why at both Clash of the Castle and at WrestleMania stole the show. 5-star banger. again, you know, how can you have an IC title match without the banger man himself here? You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not going to be a banger.
We're expecting another banger from you, though, against LA Knight next week ahead of the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
A lot's been discussed about LA Knight. I got to interview him before the last event here as well. What do you make of his rise? Because it seems like everyone's waiting to see if it's sustainable or not.
Oh yeah, the old Twitter bot king LA shite, yeah. Yeah, we're going to see. You know, I'm not going to take it away from him, fella. The guy can talk the talk, man. We're never going to see if he can walk the walk. I am really excited for this match on Friday. Because I said, you won't have any bleeding microphones in there when he's there with me. You better bleed. He's going to be fighting for his life. And I really don't care. Like, it's been a while since I've had a chance to. Felt like I've gone into something with a bit of like emotion, where I've like wanted, like I've had something to sink my teeth into. You know what I mean? And this Friday, I'm pumped about it. I really am. I feel like these are the type of matches. These are like the kind of first time matches. Even though we had that four-way stuff, whatever. But these are the type of matches I love. Like where it's a new opportunity, another crowd. The Twitter bots now, the Twitter night bots are there behind him. You know what I mean? And it's going to be good crack, and I'm gonna lean into it big time. I'm excited, but we'll see what he's made of. You know, he's been around a long time. Was he 68 or something? 55, whatever. I think he's older than me. No, he's about my age, up there with me. But he's been around a long time, and he's waiting for this opportunity. Now we're going to see if he can dance. He can talk, but let's go see if he can win there and fight. I'm pumped, mate. You don't miss this one. You don't miss this one. I haven't been this hyped since WrestleMania, mate.
Now, you've been a fan favourite, shall we call it, for quite some time now. We've seen you on the other side of the fence in the past. Do you have a preference?
Here's the thing, right? I remember people used to say, oh, Big Show flip-flops and whatever, flips and flops. And like, people are saying, I flip and flop back and forth. I don't. I'm just me. I'm Sheamus. I go out there and I do it. Depending on the situation, I'll do whatever I want to do. That's who I am. I don't see myself as a baby face. I don't see myself as a heel. I enjoy beating people up in the ring. I enjoy the punishment. And if the crowd are into it, brilliant. If they're not into it, then that's all right too, you know. I'll wind them. I'll bring you along, or I'll wind you up. I don't care. Just look at me Twitter, man. I wind everybody up. Because that's what amuses me and what gives me satisfaction and what makes it fun for me. Because that's what it's about, right? It's about fun. So long ago, I used to take myself too seriously. I used to be worried about every single little thing. Now I don't give a bollocks. I just want to go out there and tear the house down, no matter what that is. If the crowd destroyed her at LA Knight on Friday, so be it. No skin off my nose. I've been up and down the hill a lot. They've been with me, they've been against me, they've been with me lately. Who knows? Either way, I'm just going to knock the bollocks out. I'm going to have a crack. And as I said, we're going to see if those LA Twitter bots actually stay with him after all this. And maybe he will be known as LA Shite when I kick his bleeding head off on Friday. So we'll see. Fair weather fans, you know what I mean? They can switch like that. You just have to know that that's going to be the case. You can't rely on them all the time. You have to know who you are, what you're about, because the tide will always turn. You just got to be ready and lean into whatever way it is. It's like going on a bobsleigh, fella, even though I've never been on a bobsleigh. Yeah. You go, you know, you lean in, you lean in.
We've seen cool run-ins. I mean,
everyone's seen cool run-ins.
Good enough.
Jace, have you seen them lately? They've aged. They show my age. All right.
Now, boos, cheers, you always provoke a reaction.
Yes, that's what it's about, fella.
Just about to tell us the big secret of how you've managed to remain so over for so long.
I don't know if it's a big secret. I just think it's like, you know what I mean? I just kind of like pretend it wasn't there, but just being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what the fans, being aware of the situation, and just letting it in. Like instead of fighting everything, just embrace it. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, and that's for me has been the most important thing. Always know it's letting that audience in. They're there. They pay money to be there. They want to be involved. They want to see a great show, and I just lean into that. And I just, as I said, like I just want to have the crack. I want to have fun. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to be brutal. I'm going to bake the head off you. But when I leave that ring, no matter what, love me, hate me, it don't matter. They're going to know that I'm the goat, the boat, and the coat fella. Boom! End the interview.
Well, I do have one final question though before you go. It's probably the most important one of all. How are Liverpool going to get on this season?
I think they're going to do really well. I'm just a little worried about the defence. Losing Fabinho is going to be a bit of a problem because with that holding defensive midfielder, I'm not sure who's going to really fit that role. Van Dijk's going to need to step up again. There's been a lot of scrutiny about
captain
him.
Now.
Yeah, he's captain now, not more. Trent getting out of that right back role into that midfield, solidify a good right back. and just be better, more defensive, with no problem scoring goals. It's just letting them in on the other side. That's my biggest thing. But without that Champions League there, I feel like we have a good chance of coming back. Even though, like we noticed in our past, we we do well, then we kind of regress, then we do well again, regress a little. I think we're going to go back. It's like a second year bounce. I'm confident.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure's all mine.